Hello there, and welcome back to episode 12 of Koganaros, the Fortress by the Sea, which is season 4 of the Savage Lands. We have a bright future ahead of us today. We got a lot of the foundation work for the actual fortress done in the last episode. We have all the foundation perimeter walls, and I'm really happy to see how much progress we've made. In the last episode, I went for a massive acquisition of Gabbro because, we will require quite a lot. And, well, there was not much more between this and that. We've lost one of ours to madness because we were unable to get him the correct fabric for his artifact. I still don't know what would have been the case to save this guy, but I now have a hunch, something that I haven't tried. Maybe I need to look through the favorite materials of the specific dwarf next time, and maybe this will give me an idea. Well, we've also did some irrigation work, so this chamber is now ready for the farmers to get started. And yeah, that's pretty much everything you might have missed if you didn't watch the last episode. For today, I want to dive deep, very deep, and then a bit deeper. I want to see how far we can get, and if we don't find anything else. And of course, I'll continue the the construction of Koganaros, but it'll take a while because, Gabbro blocks have to be cut. So, quick pointer to Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee. The links are down there. I'd be extremely happy if you'd give them a look. These are the best ways to support my channel because almost no fees are being deducted, and I'd be super happy if you just would check them out. And if not, I'm really happy that you're watching these series. Don't take me wrong, I just need advertisement, as every businessman does. Now, we're going to go today for the super deep dive. That means we're going to go and let's see. So this is the deepest point. We have what? Wait a sec, I went to the wrong spot. How many levels do we still have left? So here we're at minus 84, 10, 20, 30, 40. That's where we stop. Okay, so this is basically my last ditch effort to find something interesting here. And at the same time, I think it is about time that we take the deepest delve here, because as you can see, we're getting closer to the 100 people here. Well, Fortress is a real big thing now, and it's about time that we treat our empire just like that. Okay, so I'm very curious to see what we'll be finding here or not. So the deeper dives seem to be granite, and yeah, we did it, friends. We found a cavern. Wait a sec. This is the very first layer of the caverns. If I'm not mistaken, we are actually seeing the very first layer of the caverns. Boy, I take it from the floor fungus. Usually the color is going darker and darker the deeper you go. This is probably the deepest set of caverns I've ever seen. I mean, okay, I'm not that much of a huge Dwarf Fortress veteran, but that explains a lot why I didn't find anything. Well, good thing that we took this, and now we're going to navigate accordingly. So first of all, we're going to take the eraser and erase all that. I don't want anything like that to be done. Also, I'm going to take a hotkey for that, pressing H, and signing that to this hotkey. I want to have this location on a hotkey, of course I do. So we're going to excavate this area. We finally did it, so yeah, that explains everything to me, So a very important thing that we need to do, I botched this up a little bit. Let's do this like that. Yeah. So a staircase upwards Can be dug from down below as well. That's really interesting to note. This is important because I'll show you why in a second. I want to seal off this thing, you know? I really do. This is the very first spot where you open up the caverns. It's always a bad spot. So let's take just a microcline boulder for that. Here we have now a staircase that allows us to access that, and here we're just going to seal that off and take a coordinated dive down there. So I'm excited. We finally have the caverns open. Kogana-Ross is no longer cut off from the rest of the underground world. But I mean, it's only very fitting if you take the fact that the ocean is flowing above our heads. So probably that does play a role here. Good. So we're safe for now. And as exciting as these news are, I'm not going to take much action out of it. I will prepare myself a little area here, a little realm to expand into, because we're going to have barracks and don't know, we'll see about that. There's going to be some action here, so I'm going to excavate a couple of extra rooms already, stuff like that here, but not too much. So, all right. So when we take the dive deeper and deeper, oh, this is open space. Never mind. Okay, so what I want to achieve for today... Why is the cheesemaker dehydrated? Ah, yeah, of course, because he's dying, because he's stark raving mad. So what I want to achieve is I want to have access to the ground level here. So that means we're going to dig ourselves a staircase down here. Exactly. So this is going to be our base camp. Well, at least I hope so. I am confused. Did they want a... Oh, I needed to put up a higher value there. I totally derped that one. Oopsie. Well, too many things on my mind at once. I forgive myself kindly, for we have discovered caverns. The biggest change to things is going to be that we now have the option to put our animals underground. Because everywhere where there's somewhat fertile soil, floor fungus will grow from now on. So all these sandy spots and all, it's already beginning there. So we can now put our animals way better into safety. This is why I wanted to have this so badly in the first place, because I'm so tired of my animals being in danger whenever a cyclops comes by. Don't like that. So we're going to build a little bit of a pasture here. Let's put door in front of that. All right. So, another one is taken by a Fey mood. Let's hope it'll go better than the last time. Jeweler's workshop, well, that makes me hopeful. Works already furiously. Okay. Just took him some gemstone, and that's all he needed to get going like a madman. I love these people. So, one thing I did realize all of a sudden, I don't have a storage point for cobaltite. Odd. Must have been slipping my attention there. And hearing that music, we're going to do this as well now. This place needs a tavern. You know, there's reason for celebration now, after all. We did it, guys. We finally found what we were looking for. I just thought about that this level needs its own unique sales point, and that's being a tavern. Alright. I want to do little apartments here for the tavern. Usually they don't get used for real, but I love it for the fluff's sake to have my taverns have apartments. By the way, I do plan one day soon to check out a playthrough to play other species than the dwarves as well, because I'm really interested in that as well. Alright, you have your own family heirloom here. We're gonna take it from your cold dead hands one day. Don't you worry. We're here for a long time. Okay, so we need stuff that's worth money. So we're going to make ourselves altars. Not any altars, but gold altars. We got the money, and therefore we're going to do this. The children shouldn't be playing down here. Seriously. Well, I hope that the cistern will work one day. Otherwise, we'll be relocating the, or wait a sec. We just need to dig a channel here. Come on, let's do this. This is going to be the easiest way to resolve the issue. This way we can access the deep reservoir there, and this place fills or fills not. Whatever, I don't care. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. What does matter is that a deep square of water is available there, and chances are that the water that is being produced by the light aquifer will be forever enough. This little pit might be already all that this entire fortress needs. There goes. I think this resolves the issue the most easy way. Alright, we also need some place where we can take care of the enemy. So sadly, we are not able to carve out here any further. This looks really weird to me, as it implies that the map would be over here. But well, let's just imagine that at this point, one day, Koganaros will build a road up ahead. Okay, poor fella finally met his fate. I think he's going to be buried in front of this place, which is somewhat fitting because he died of dehydration. He's going to make a fine person there. Okay, the cheesemaker is gone. Now then, let's get back to this location for a hot minute. I meant it when I said I want to go for the deep dive, so we still have a couple of levels to go. This is today's goal, you know. It's nice and dandy that we have now access to the first layer of the cavern, and this place that I have set up on a hotkey will be our staging point to explore this place one day, but not today. This is not what Koganaros is all about. The duty of this fortress lies more up ahead, but I'm very curious to see if we're able to burst into another layer of the caverns, maybe. Or at least see what this place is being made out of. So, turns out that granite is the absolutely dominant material here. So we've stopped our endeavors because we've struck warm stone. Alright. So this can't always mean many things, but it should always mean one thing. You ought to be careful from here on. So we're going to try if that warm stone is somewhere else. So we found the next piece of cavern. This is going to be the second layer, entirely comprised out of water. So that's fascinating to me. So granite. We should consider bringing the bridge to life out of granite. Simple reason for that, this is going to be the material that we have endless resources to work with. No, it's not entirely underwater. Huh. Fascinating. always fascinating thing to see the lower layers of a map. So that's what it all been about. Super deep caverns. So why did they stop there? So we're going to try to continue our excavations here. Oh boy! A vile force of darkness has arrived. We're being attacked by dwarves? That's shocking. That's absolutely shocking to me. Traitors to dwarven kind. Okay. Let's see how that'll play out. The ochre slings will engage. Turns out to be a massacre. And snatchers also showed up. Let's check on out if they fell already victim to my axe dwarves. Alright, there's only one invader left. So, my squad, everybody's alive and kicking. It just seems as if they are taking a tad bit longer to take down the enemy. Okay. So that's what we have to face here. Other dwarves? It's a little bit shocking that they didn't have any affiliation to anything, because that's making it hard to understand where they belong to. We'll keep an eye out on that. It's so far a little bit distressing, as other dwarves are among the most dangerous things that you could face. Jeez, you fool! What are you doing? Jurist. Stop it. Could you... He's fishing. Alright. Jurist, seriously. So, what if we never had any fish? Only because there is no fish in the ocean to fish. I mean, that's a very keen assumption, because usually everybody fishes in the ocean, but heck, what do I know about dwarves? Because here the fisher dwarf immediately went for his labor. So, I'm gonna unassign any of these from their fishing labor. This madness has to stop. We're going to put a door in here, alright? I do consider keeping this as a fishing spot, but this does mean that my empire here could use a fishing spot there. Why not? So, interesting. I was completely elsewhere though, so seems like we've reached a low point here. We cannot excavate deeper. Here the staircase is over. So we reached 0 point. Deepest point on the map. Below us, only the circus. Alright. So I did what I came for. I wanted to see a deep dive down here, and so I did. Now, Koganaros is a very, very fascinating fortress. This means we have about, I don't know, 80 or whatnot layers of solid ground that we can excavate and work with. That means this fortress has no shortage of stone whatsoever, even if the ocean is right next to us. So I really appreciate that thing. And it's going to be very interesting, as we've seen in the layers between, there's a lot of aquiferous rock. Aquiferous rock is, at first, a pretty annoying thing. But when you look at it longer, you also might see it as a source of water anywhere where you want. A easily controllable source of water, unlike this stuff, which is really difficult to control if you want to tap it. So, just a thought. We are going to go one day here and install a barracks, but for now I want to continue my work on the tavern instead of the cavern. So, real quick thing that I want to install here, the farm plots. And we're going to go for another one of these. Alert. I'm going to check that out. And by the end of this is going to be the Royal Seed Bank. Alright, it's just a caravan. So, since I do foresee a certain problematic situation with our food, I want to get myself some habit in trading food for us. I mean, one day soon we will be autonomous with this fortress. It will be really easy one day in the future, simply because we have so much working for us. But right now, well, it's just not that easy. Look, even trees are growing here already. Sweet. So, let's just assign everybody down here. It's gonna be a bigger thing, but that's totally okay. This is our meat bank. Probably will require some slaughtering from time to time because I see that we got bunnies. And bunnies are always a little bit of a thing that you need to take under control, otherwise it kills your FPS. Now, everybody loves gemstone, so it turns out we want fish as well, yeah. Because we're not able to create fish that easily. So, there we go. How much for the cheese? 2 grand? Come on, we're taking all the cheese. We're rich. Seriously, we got so much money in gemstones. I really don't think our dwarves should have to say no to cheese. There we go. Wonderful. We got the cheese. And we got all the food that we require. Our drink stockpiles are slowly depleting. This is, by the way, the reason why I founded this field here, because I know how things are working out. When a fortress grows older, it is always the same thing. You need more and more resource, and soon we will have the problem that we don't have enough production capacity. Might be already the case. It might be already the case that we just need more stills and not more material. So we're gonna see how that'll work out. It's not the first time that I'm experiencing this, but as you hear, the next round of new arrivals is already hailing, and therefore it's really important that we take care of the needs. So I'm gonna, for now, leave it like that. Just gonna try if it's enough to do this like that, and we need to do something about the caged people. These are taking overhand. So it turns out I don't have any gabbro blocks, eh? So we need to use the planner again, but not now. Okay. Things are coming together, aren't they? So there's the remains of the fallen. We're going to unlock them and trash can them. Easiest way to get rid of all that stuff. I mean, technically you could smelt many of these items. I guess the dwarves should have stuff that we could even keep. But yeah. We're just going to put it into the Atom Smasher one day soon. Okay. Let's... I'm considering martial punishment. Yeah, let's do this. Very easy way. Oh, a petition. Interesting. Finally, petitions. So we're going to put a... Didn't I order chains? So turns out my cloth production doesn't seem to keep up with my needs. Good thing to note. So we're going to make iron chain as a staple here. Always want to have 5 of these. There we go. And it's about time that we're putting magnetite into a permanent order. So I've been avoiding this for a pretty long time, but the job will be, we always want 100 bars available, and we always want to make sure that a fair amount of refined coal is available. This is very important for me because I hate nothing more than my metal production busting away all the materials that we got there. So a mining guild. This time I'll do it for real. So let's see. Did my... Oh yeah, it did work. Look at that. The gold altars got deposited here. So we're going to do this. Another thing, we're going to order a set of 10 golden statues. So what we're doing here now is mostly upgrading our room's value. That's what I'm after here with these. And, jeez. Being sidetracked so much today, I totally forgot about the tavern that I wanted to go for. So, it's about time that we finally got this. So a tavern doesn't require any tables. That's very anti-intuitive to many people that are new to this business. It does require, though, drink in the vicinity. So we're going to bring drink here. And I always like to configure these to take from the local stockpile of drink. And another thing that your tavern always will need are mugs. This is a little bit of a easy to overlook thing. So we're only picking goblets here of any quality. Everything. We're just going to allow everything here. We don't care which kind of goblet, as long as goblet. And we're going to link that now to the different crafts areas. But I think this should be the one where mugs and such are stored at. I mean, by now we're making all manner of different things out of cobaltite. All the cobaltite we're gathering here. But I think I should have... Do I make mugs? It seems like I don't. Oh my god. Have we overlooked the mugs? So... It almost looks like we do. I guess due to the crafts, we had a couple of them, but it's about time that we put them into an industrialized thing here. So we're going to make granite mugs. And we always require some of them. Also puts me to the point where I wanted to have a couple of extra crafts dwarves workshops. As you see, the older a fortress grows, the more different workstations you'll be needing just to keep the business running, you know. So there we go. And that's pretty much all it needs to make a tavern into a tavern. Shocking, isn't it? So let's make rock salt flooring. And no gabbro this time. There we go. Extends to this. And yeah, that's that. we have a tavern now, and I think that's also a good spot to mark the end of today's episode, my good friends. I hope you enjoyed your run. I certainly did. It's been a very, very big surprise to see that the caverns were so deep down below. I really didn't expect that. That was for me the biggest surprise that had happened today. Well, see you in the comments. Leave me your thumbs up, consider subscribing, and of course there's a link to my secondary gameplay channel, just waiting for its subscriber 1000, and then I'll be doing much more work there as well. Until then, have a great day, see you soon, and bye-bye.